Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and today me and Susan are entering the world of Marvel, heading back to the 1960s to have an adventure with the Fantastic Four. And this was First Steps, the movie, which was released this year in 2025. And we have a very retro feel to this movie. As I say, it's set in the 60s. Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, the Human Torch, and the Thing up against the big bad of the comic book, Galactus. And we will go over to Susan for opening thoughts on Fantastic Four First Steps. Over to you.
All right. Well, start with it's got Pedro Pascal,
who's in everything.
Who's due to the Mandalorian is becoming one of my faves. And Vanessa Kirby played Sue Storm, and I was trying to see if she was related in any way, shape, or form to Jack Kirby, who wrote the Fantastic Four. I couldn't find the connection there. I'm not doing genealogy on these people. It's not my deal. And Evan Moss-Bachrach played Ben Grimm, and Joseph Quinn played Johnny Storm, and there's pretty interesting casting. Julia Garner played the Silver Surfer, Shalal Ball, and this one had three villains in it. It had the Mole Man, who started off being the under earther or something like that. What did he want to be called? Anyway, the undergrounder. Anyway, sure enough, the character was Harvey Elder. I don't remember. The Down Beneath Her. Whenever I think of the Mole Man, I think of the Downeaster, but that's the name of the train line between Maine and New York City, and that's not the right one. I'm embarrassed to say. Anyway, so it was cool to see that character. It was cool to see Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer was in one of the other two Fantastic Four iterations. Silver Surfer was male before, female now. It was the same. The other thing was that these guys were supported by a robot. I like these robots. Okay, I had to shout out the four robots in the Superman episode, and so this one I'm gonna shout out the H.E.R.B.I.E robot.
I always remember H.E.R.B.I the robot being in the Fantastic Four cartoon of back in
right
70s, I think it was. Yeah, so it was good to see that they brought the character back.
Yeah, everybody needs a robot now, especially in the 60s. Like, that was the funny thing, is that they had this robot from the 60s, and Ted Gilbert, the guy who's entertaining television, was really just the staple of television in that time frame, in sort of a big way. It was played by Mark Gatiss, and so that was fun.
It gets everywhere these days.
Does and uh, so yeah, I liked how it was there was some of this movie set in Boston. That was fun. Just a little bit, not much, but um
Oh, but you always have to get it in there, don't you?
but I do always have to get it in because it's our wonderful city. And the other thing that was really good was the Fantastic Four building looked a lot like the unit building, looked a lot like Avengers Tower,
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
looked a lot like the
Well, if I remember rightly, the Fantastic Four building was in the comic books. Was it called the Baxter Building? I think. It, that maybe I'm gonna have to check on that, but
yeah.
if I remember rightly, I'm sure it was called the Baxter Building in the comic books.
Huh.
I could be wrong. Let me have a look. You carry on, Susan.
Oh, well, there was the Baxter News crew, right? And also and well, this one also was kind of in a lot of places around the planet. There was Lagos, or Africa, and there was and then there was New York, of course. And
Yeah, there we. Oh yeah, I've just found it. The Baxter Building, the iconic New York City headquarters of the Fantastic Four.
yeah, okay, you're
The Baxter
absolutely
Building,
spot on.
located at 42nd Street and Madison Avenue.
All right. So like 10 blocks up from from the Penn Station, the Madison Square Garden. That's on 32nd. So yeah, pretty cool. And Galactus was a great baddie. Oh my gosh.
Played by the English actor. I'm just trying to find his name. Ralph Ineson.
Okay. But they uh you know his the spaceship reminded me of the Riemann spaceship in the Star Trek J.J. Abrams story in a way. Very big,
Yeah, yeah.
and all the points on the other side. I mean, if you turn that Riemann spaceship around and made it more flat, that would be it, right? Okay. So
Mhm.
anyway, um, and yeah, so it was pretty great. The battles were exciting. I did, you saw Galactus pulling at the stretchy guy,
Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic. Like you thought that he was gonna wing him like you would a rubber band, but then he just dropped him, and he anyway. And could you make us invisible? They kept asking Sue Storm to make him all invisible all the time, and Ben was always pining for his wife and his kids. I just thought that was amazing. Um, yeah, enjoyed it a lot. A lot. It was it was a necessary purchase by the Disney people in order to add it to the MCU because the MCU needed some of the original stuff added back in.
Mm.
You know, you can see the Ben Grimm really, connecting with the Hulk. There's going to be some unity in style you could see happening if you were to pair protagonists or heroes of a certain kind with others of a certain kind.
Well, they are doing. If you saw the end of the movie, it did say that the Fantastic Four are going to return in Avengers Doomsday.
Right. And you saw Mr.
Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom, yeah.
Doctor Doom, right.
Uh, I don't know how they're going to do that because this is set in the 60s. The Avengers are set in modern day.
I know.
So going to be a bit of time travel.
Yeah, or maybe
They're going to be older characters.
maybe they're going to be geezers.
Mm. Yeah.
I mean, it would be like the same if they set it in 2025 or 2027 or whatever. And you've got the thread of the 60s going on, so that means that they're all in their 80s, right? Or
Mm.
90s, right?
Yeah.
They're geezers.
Yeah. Well,
Unless some of that radiation keeps them young.
who knows? Who knows? Um, this movie is another one. This is the second movie this week. We've discussed a superhero movie. We discussed a DC one earlier, Superman, the new Superman, where it went straight into the story. This is the same. They haven't. You didn't have to have a retread.
I know those two. That's right, and that's helpful because I'm
Mm-hmm.
tired of the retreading the same origin story over and over.
Over and over again. Yeah, you had a bit of with they did it with the chat show host bits, saying 4 years ago this blah blah this blah 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 this and here's now the Fantastic Four. This they saved as many a time. That's a great idea how they did it. Um, but for me, the pacing in this was a bit too slow for me.
Hmm.
Um, they seem more concerned about family life in this. I know, I know, Mr. Fantastic's Invisible Woman, a man and wife. I know Johnny Storm's the brother-in-law and the brother, and I know Ben Grimm's the best friend. I know it's family, um, but they seem to be, sitting down for dinner, and I'm thinking, is this a superhero movie or what? Um, yeah, the pacing was a bit slightly off for me. Um, yeah,
And
you had
and were you were mentioning that you didn't really find the graphic.
the CGI graphics, whatever you want to call them, I thought were a bit. Wasn't looking at them, they didn't look that good. They didn't look. You've had great Marvel movies before with great effects, and this just didn't seem. What was on the screen. There was several moments I thought, oh, that looks a bit dodgy. But with the other movie we discussed earlier, the effects were amazing. Two different studios. I don't know whether Marvel are cutting back on putting a bit of money into these effects. I don't know, but for example, the Silver Surfer. Yes, it's changed. She's changed gender, but to me, that Silver Surfer effect was the same, looked exactly the same as the Silver Surfer effect in the Fantastic Four movie, The Rise of the Silver Surfer.
From 20 years ago?
20, was it 20 years? I don't know how long ago it was, but it was 20 so year ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Um, and the effect just, and I thought, well, it's 2025 now. Why hasn't that effect improved? Or have they just couldn't be bothered? And also as well, it was great that they got Galactus, the character Galactus in this, because in the other Fantastic Four movie, all he was a cloud in that one. With this, it was they didn't really show Galactus, but this one you did see Galactus. But as far as I can recall, in the comic books, Galactus was so huge he couldn't walk on Earth.
Right.
He just he was there. He was his feeding tubes used to go into the grounds of the planets, chain up and feed him that way. Um, because
Oh,
he was the devourer of planets. He was the eater of planets. Um, he was so huge. He couldn't. If I remember rightly, in the comics, he was never able to walk on the planet. I might be wrong. Somebody prove me wrong there. But I'm going back 50 years when I used to read the comics back then. And I always remember him towering over planet Earth.
oh,
And yeah, the Silver Surfer was his herald, but for me, that effect was just abysmal.
oh.
It was just, it was just the same as before. Well, we said there was other slight little parts in it, and you think, oh, that's a bit. Well, they could have done better there. You know, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
the Rise of the Silver Surfer was from 2007, so
Yeah, so
it really was 20 years ago, and the effect is the same.
it looked the same to me.
All right,
I
all right.
didn't see any improvement on it. So, but the design of Galactus was, nearly, I would say, 90% comic book correct. Apart
Oh,
from, for me, the size of him. That's why he's called
I,
Galactus. And they
well,
got the right actor, because his voice, he sounds like that normally.
oh, he does.
He
Oh,
does, yeah. He's a British actor. He's been in loads of stuff. Um,
wow, cool.
but yeah, I did like the retro feel of it, the 60s.
Yeah,
Because I don't think they've done that in the Marvel universe before. It's always been set modern. So, but yeah, as I say, but what I did like was when there was first when they encountered Galactus on his ship, and then they were trying to escape from the wormhole.
yeah,
Um, some of them scenes did look a bit debatable, with the wormhole technology, or whatever. I mean, it looked like the type of thing you'd see on Farscape back in the late 90s.
yeah,
Uh,
or Stargate, like all those. I was really
the effect,
I was thinking that they ripped off the wormhole effect from Stargate.
yeah, the wormhole effect. I mean, that was a 1990s effect,
Yeah, science fiction effect, exactly.
fiction effect. I'm thinking this is a 2025 movie, but I did like that chase scene. Well, not the chase scene, but what was happening on in the Fantastic Four ship.
Right.
Sue was giving birth,
Yeah.
uh, and she was, in complete agony, giving birth. They were trying to escape from the Silver Surfer, and as you said, make us invisible, make us invisible. Do it now, do it now. And
Right.
you know, and she screams her head off, and then she just fades away, gives birth, to this young baby. Was it what they name it?
Franklin.
Franklin. Which in the end Galactus wants,
Yeah.
for because he sees him as a threat.
Or as somebody that he can inhabit so that he,
Yeah.
but why would you ever want to shrink that small?
Well, as I say, well,
What
it was
kind of what kind of being is this? I just
the devourer of worlds.
that was a silliness for me because you why would you ever need some something like a child that small, that vulnerable to connect with?
But he said he did see when before the child was born, he did say it has special powers or something
Of
like on
course
that
it
line.
does. Of course it does.
Yeah,
Because the kid is born from parents who were irradiated.
yeah. So this is why he mostly wanted the baby. Yeah.
Right, but you're thinking something this gargantuan getting so small as a little baby. I mean, so vulnerable as a little baby, and with so much to learn. No, it doesn't make any sense.
Well,
That's
yeah.
where that's I mean, in the Anne Rice thing, they found a way around that. They created they took it from a lore like the Picts. What was sort of a story about the Picts is that they had walking babies, like these children who were born to these Picts who were you know born on the moors, born with within 6 hours being able to walk, stand up, fill out completely. They basically devoured a whole sheep uh, before their first day is over, and then they were okay, and then they
Mhm.
were normal size, like adult size in a week. That's the lore, but this if you're starting out and you're like if you have a normal growth cycle, you have like 18 years of growth. What the hell? No. That all these adults wanting to steal kids, it just doesn't make any sense. Okay, this is bad science. It's bad theory. It's really bad. I mean, I don't know. And I'm sorry, stealing children pisses me off too, because you're enslaving somebody who needs mom and dad, or just mom or just dad, or moms and dads ever. They need
Good job we're not
people,
talking about
not a big
chitty
sort
bang
of
bang, are we?
metallic presence of mind with metallic extremities. For Christ's sake, it just doesn't make any sense.
It's
Okay,
only a comic book.
I know, but I get so grumpy about it. You have to understand. Okay,
Well,
thanks for
anyway.
triggering that. I mean, I really don't. I don't get it. I don't get this whole turning children into soldiers, turning children into anyway, all the things that grown-ups want to turn children into, or OP, seriously OP characters turning children into. It doesn't make any sense to me.
you finished?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. I, t- I tell you what, I did like where they did went with the comic book is Ben Grimm in the comic books when he's out in public, he's always walking around in a long mac and a hat
Uh-huh.
in the comic books. But the only thing they didn't have that in this movie was because he was always walking around wearing a mac, a hat, and a pizza box because he loved pizza. You
Uh-huh.
know, but so they went around the comic book, design and all like that. I did
Yeah.
like that, yeah. So
Ben Grimm is going to be great to connect with, like Bannon.
we'll have to see how they do it.
Yeah, I know. I think that those two would get along famously. It's just like I think that Johnny Storm would be really great with the two witches,
Two
Scarlet
witches.
Witch and Agatha.
Yeah, but both them witches died.
Well, talk about going back in time. Then I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, I just say. I mean, with that ending there, with Doctor Doom just appearing in the Fantastic Four building, and he had his mask off.
Uh huh.
Did you notice that he had the metallic mask in his hand?
No, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, and the baby was looking at him. You didn't see the face of Doctor Doom. You had the back of him, but he had his mask in his hand, and the baby was looking at his face.
Yeah,
So there's going to have to be something it's going to annoy you even more now that Doctor
I
Doom's.
know. This grown up steals a kid. Oh my god! What the hell? Okay. So anyway,
I mean, we all know who's playing Doctor Doom.
yeah, Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr. I don't understand how they're going to explain that,
I don't know.
or are they not even going to reveal his face? He's just going to be behind the mask all the time,
So that's a possibility too.
which he was nearly was in Iron Man, really, wasn't it? But yeah, I'm looking forward to Doomsday, but hopefully the effects are going to improve
Yeah.
and pacing.
Yeah.
Anything else, Susan? Fantastic Four first steps.
No, that's pretty much all I've got. Um, yeah, Marvel was. I'm glad they got all the properties back under their umbrella.
There's a few they still haven't got, I think.
What, like they've got X-Men, they've got Fantastic Four, they've got
And
Guardians.
I think they still haven't. I don't think they've still got Spider-Man.
Do you think Sony still owns Spider-Man?
I still think that so, because it was a co-production, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I'm positive. I'll have to look into that at some point. But yeah, yeah, it was an enjoyable movie. Things could have been better for me. Being a
Okay.
superhero nerd, you notice things.
Yeah, you do.
So, shall we go final sense go?
Sure.
Over to you then.
All right. Well, I'll give this nine little baby pods out of 10. I love that they use that Pedro Pascal's new baby is carried around in the very same sort of egg-shaped carrier as his Grogu baby. So yeah, 9 of those out of 10. And just can't wait myself for Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
Let's hope it doesn't disappoint.
That's the Pedro Pascal thing that is eating up my brain space.
Yeah, but then what you've got to realise is he's not in that costume.
Not all the time, but
Not all the time, no. He's just doing it, voice dubbing.
uh-huh. I know.
Right, so you've gone was
Not,
it now? Nine. Uh my little niggles here and there. I'm gonna
mhm,
bring this I'm gonna go eight.
mhm.
Eight fantastic cars out of 10.
Oh, the car was cool. That's
Yeah,
right. You have hit on a cool thing. It's very cool shape.
yeah. Yeah, it was good to bring that into the movie as well.
Was that the same as the comics or the TV
If
show?
I remember, there was a fantastic car in the comics, but I think it was similar in design. Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, for me, it was just the pacing was off for me. Some of the effects CGI wasn't up to scratch mainly, and that was the main gripes for me. So eight, still a good score. It's a
Mm-hmm.
watchable movie. Um, so yeah, that's the Fantastic Four First Steps. I mean, I don't know why it's called First Steps.
And you know what's really interesting um is The Incredibles is sort of like in a way not
Based on that. Yeah.
based on the Fantastic Four. Now that you see it, now that I've seen it, I'm like, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. I mean, was there an explanation why this was called First Steps?
I don't know. This is a baby.
But it wasn't walking.
I know.
And
I don't know.
it wasn't their first adventure,
No, and it wasn't. And Galactus only had a few steps on Earth.
which he shouldn't have done, in my opinion. But yeah,
Yeah, you said that he was way too big for the
it was
Earth.
way too big. If I always remember him in the comics that he used to tower above Earth. Like his hands out there, and you just saw his face and head in the sky, and his feeding tubes used to come down and crash into the ground, and
Oh,
that's how he would devour planets.
oh,
But that's how I remember him in the comics.
yeah, all right.
They might have changed it, I don't know, but hey ho. So yeah, so we're done for that one. Fantastic Four First Steps. Enjoyable movie. I've got a few gripes. Susan loved it. So you guys out there, make up your own mind. Let us know what you thought. Um, please leave a comment on this video if you'd like, and let us know what you thought of the movie. Let us know what you think of us, and we'll let you know what we think of you. And also, leave a comment on any of our videos, because we've got a hell of a lot in the back catalog now, Susan. Um, well over 1,000, I think now. So you're spoilt for choice. If you'd like to join us, leave a message and I'll get back to you. You just need to be over 18 and over, because some movies or some things we discuss are 18 rated. So we like to play safe on that. You just need a working camera, microphone, or the device you use, and we'll get you on. Also, once you decide to subscribe to our wonderful YouTube channel, please press the bell notification button, and you'll get notified every time we put up a video. Is that it,
Yeah,
Susan?
got about 1,100 videos on now
Is it? Is it? Yeah. Well, there you go. And counting.
and counting.
I mean, we're going. I think what we now was it 2025. So next year, 2026,
10
will
years.
be, will be our 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
round about middle of the year, I think it is.
Excellent.
So yeah, 10 years, and we're the only two remainers.
I know. It's true.
People come, people go. I'd wish people would stay a bit longer, but here you go. You can't have everything.
Yeah, but I mean we got a lot of stuff still to watch, you know.
Mhm. Oh yeah, yeah.
Literally
And
we're not running out of material anytime soon.
we've got modern stuff. What keep getting released. We've got classic old stuff. Audios. You name it. We're going to carry on until one of us is not fit for purpose. And which one is it going to be? You guys out there, you decide. Susan. That's I'm edging my bets that way. Right. And on that bombshell, we'll say goodbye for now, and we will see you next time. We don't know what we're doing, but we'll advertise it later. Bye for now.